In 2019, I am embarking on my first Buy Nothing challenge for the entire year. And my goal for this challenge is to think about how I'm spending my money. In 2019, I want to spend less or even none on material possessions and instead put my money towards things that matter to me, like travel and adventure, and most importantly, just having experiences. Now, I know it's not realistic to go an entire year without buying anything at all. Come on, buddy. Come on. There are still things I'm going to need in my day-to-day life, things I have to buy on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. But those aren't the things that I'm planning on going without. What I do want to live without are the things that I don't really feel are enriching my life in any kind of meaningful way. When I moved to Scandinavia 2 years ago, I had 2 backpacks with me, and from there I moved into a tiny home where I had very little space for personal belongings. So I've gone a really long time with only living with the bare essentials. But my partner and I just recently bought a home, and when we moved in, we found we needed so much more than we thought we were going to. So we bought all this stuff, and I'm grateful for what we bought. I am not knocking buying things that you need. But what this really prompted me to do was see if I could challenge myself to go an entire year without buying things. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be perfect with this challenge, and that's not really my aim anyways. So what I've done is I've set up some guidelines for myself to follow while I'm doing this challenge for the next year. Okay, so the first guideline that I'm setting for myself is that obviously I'm still going to be buying things. Things like toothpaste and personal care products, transportation, food, paying for my mortgage. All of those things are a part of my daily life that I'm not going to stop purchasing or spending money on. What I'm really focused on is lessening my material possessions and specifically buying things that I don't need. And the second guideline that I'm setting for myself is something that's going to cover the unforeseen circumstances. So if I have an item like my only pair of shoes or the blender that I use to make my smoothies every morning, and one of those things that I use and need on a daily basis, if it breaks, I'm not going to feel bad about going out and buying a replacement item. What's most important for me in this challenge, because it is going for an entire year, is to be as realistic with my lifestyle as possible. And the final guideline that I'm setting for myself really allows room for the things that matter to me. So the guideline is, if I spend at least 6 months planning and preparing for purchasing an item, I can buy it, as long as it's going to either make me happy or enrich my life in some way. For example, I have a trip coming up next Halloween where I'm going to Romania, and we're going to a gala party at Dracula's castle. This is something I've been wanting to do for years, and I've been in the planning process for it for months, and I am genuinely excited to go. So I'm going to be buying a costume for this gala party because it really is going to enrich the experience of being in Romania. One thing I am going to make sure is that I source everything ethically and sustainably, so that's one thing. The next thing I know I have coming up in 2019 is that I want to summit a mountain on Vancouver Island. I want to go back to where I used to live and summit this mountain. But to do so, I need camping equipment because I sold all of my camping gear really silly before I left Canada. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And now I'm going to need new camping gear to have the kind of experiences that I want to have in my life. So those are just 2 instances. They're probably going to be the only 2 instances. And I know that some people are probably going to think, well, you're already planning on buying things. It's not like you're going an entire year of buying nothing. But the whole point, specifically with what I'm planning on purchasing in 2019, is that I'm putting a ton of forethought into it and pre-planning into it, and it caters to experiences that I'm going to have, and it's going to hopefully eliminate any kind of impulse purchases that I would make. Okay, so those are the guidelines that I'm setting for myself for my Buy Nothing challenge in 2019. Like I said, I'm obviously not going to be perfect with this challenge, but I think what I've set is really going to work for my specific lifestyle and the travel and experiences that I want to have. Now I want to know from you, if you are going to join me in this challenge, please comment below. If you're creating any rules or guidelines for yourself like I've done for me, let me know also. And if you want to join this challenge and strive to buy nothing in 2019, which I realize it is a hugely monumental challenge to buy no material possessions, either way, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Come on, Pepsi, let's go.